What's going on YouTube? I'm Jody Black and welcome to my YouTube channel where we talk about everything finance. Now in this video, I'm talking about 401k, and everything I'm talking about in this video is completely free. So if you don't mind liking, commenting, and subscribing, share this to your friends so they can learn this as well. I greatly appreciate it. Let's talk about 401ks. Now, it's said when we retire, we have to have at least $1,200,000 in retirement. Meaning, when we turn 59 and a half, to where we could take that money out of retirement, we typically spend $35,000 to $45,000 a year. So we must have $1,200,000 in retirement account to be okay. All right. So a 401k is the best way to pay yourself first. Okay. Now this is the easiest way to pay yourself first, which is a 401k. Okay. So all a 401k is a retirement account with tax advantages. And basically it just encourages people to save for retirement. Now, I must say this for YouTube, I'm not a financial advisor. This is only my opinion. My opinion is if your employer does not do a 401k match, this option really does not make sense. To me, this is my opinion. Meaning, if you make $100,000 a year, right? And you put 3% of your salary into a retirement account, meaning you put $3,000 in that retirement account and your employer matches that, that's the only way a 401k makes sense in my opinion. Because if they're not matching, then it doesn't make sense. Now, in next week's video, I'll talk about a traditional IRA or a Roth IRA, an individual retirement account, but a 401k is what we're talking about right now. And if your employer does not match, they can match up to, past 3% obviously, but for that example, $100,000, I'm putting $3,000 in that 401k account and they're matching. So that's free money. If you're someone that has a 401k through your employer and you're not utilizing it, you're sadly mistaken. You're leaving free money on the table that you need to use. Okay, so $3,000 that could be in your pocket into your retirement account is what you need to do. So with all that being said, there are two types of 401ks that we need to discuss, and I'll really go into detail with this next week's video. I'm talking about Roth and traditional IRAs, but for a 401k, traditional and Roth, basically all that means is when you have a traditional 401k, that's pre-tax money. Roth IRA is post-tax money. The best way to really think about how to choose one of those accounts is tax brackets, right? What tax bracket do you think you'll be in upon retirement? So if you think you're in a lower tax bracket upon retirement, you think you're going to be making less money, or you think that your taxes will be higher when you're 59 and a half, I would say go ahead, because what basically, like I said, a Roth IRA is something where it's going to be post-tax, meaning that money has already been taxed and it's already in your retirement account. So what you got to think about is, okay, when I get older, am I going to be in a higher tax bracket? Am I going to be paying more taxes on that money? If you're not, then go ahead right now and get a Roth IRA, because you're paying the tax. Say you're paying 33% now, but you think you're paying 50% taxes later. Go ahead and pay those taxes now instead of later, because that's what makes sense. Now, if you're someone that thinks that you won't be paying a lot of money when you're 59 and a half, and you go ahead and take that money out, then go ahead with a traditional account. You think that you're young, you're making a lot of money now, and you'll be paying lower taxes when you get older. Go ahead with your traditional account, because that money is pre-tax. Your traditional account is pre-taxed. It's not being taxed. You have money on the sideline to invest in other things. When your money is not taxed, we all know when our money is taxed, it looks like nothing. We get paid, $1,500 a week, but we're really getting paid $800 a week, right? So that's what you really got to think about when you're talking about your traditional and your Roth. So that's all I wanted to talk about today, is your 401ks. I hope I didn't confuse you there, but it only makes sense, in my opinion, because I'm not a financial advisor, if it's employer match. All right, tune into next week's video where I really go in depth about Roth IRAs and traditional IRAs, individual retirement accounts. I'll see you then. Peace.